Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your noon news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now we've got news out of Carteret County where a state police lieutenant is facing several charges after being arrested. Stephen Stell was charged with go armed to the terror of people, communicating threats, violating a county ordinance, and injury to real property. Arrest warrants say Stell fired a pistol into the ground, quote, while screaming he was going to kill them, end quote. The ordinance violation says the shooting happened within 400 feet of 5 or more homes. The 56-year-old Stell was released on a written promise to appear on the 4 misdemeanor charges against him. Sheriff Asa Buck confirmed that Stell was a lieutenant with the state Capitol Police. There's no word yet if Sunday's arrest has impacted Stell's job as a police officer. And in other news, as the government shutdown now begins its 5th week, SNAP food benefits are likely to be facing some disruptions, and Kinston is the latest to announce those potential disruptions. Late Sunday night, Mayor Don Hardy shared a post on Facebook where he said he's working with partner organizations and nonprofit food security providers to fill gaps for residents if the shutdown continues and SNAP benefits aren't distributed next month. This comes after the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services sent out counties a warning letter that continued shutdown could disrupt food assistance programs last week. Now, Hardy said, quote, let me be clear. Local efforts cannot replace federal assistance, but we can and will step up together to ensure that no one in Kinston goes hungry due to circumstances beyond their control, end quote. Now, one of the partner organizations Hardy mentioned working with is the Mayor's Alliance to End Childhood Hunger. Hardy says it's a nonpartisan coalition of mayors across all 50 states that advocates for robust and protected federal nutrition programs and ensuring local impact. Last week, Pitt County officials shared that food service programs could start feeling the pinch in November if the government shutdown continues to drag on. Craven County and Wayne County both shared similar warnings. And now we do want to highlight your ongoing weather forecast. All eyes again on Category 5 Hurricane Melissa. This is a massive system, the strongest one we've had in the Atlantic Basin so far this season. And right now, 165-mile-an-hour maximum sustained winds are coupled with gusts of 200 miles an hour. Pressure at 908 millibars. These are the numbers that were issued by the National Hurricane Center as of 11 a.m. So again, fairly fresh numbers coming out of the Hurricane Center. Next update expected to come down by the time we reach 2 p.m. later on today. Now, current pressure readings is at 908 millibars, and it's expected to maintain that strength even as it crosses over the island of Jamaica coming up early tomorrow morning. From there, it will progress over the southeastern tip of Cuba and then over the Turks and Caicos Islands before catching the jet stream and racing out into the northern Atlantic. However, it is going to be passing by eastern North Carolina's coast by about 600 to 700 miles. Good news there is it's going to be staying well away from us. But the more beneficial thing is the speed in which that storm is going to see once it clears the Turks and Caicos. The faster that system moves, the less wave energy will reach our coast from Melissa. And that's that wave energy that can cause us problems that leads to beach erosion. So good news there. We really are hoping for a quick exit from Melissa. Once it reaches the Turks and Caicos, shoot out into the northern Atlantic, hopefully as fast as possible. Coastal flood advisory for today intact due to the winds we're seeing. There's a coastal flood advisory across all of the Outer Banks, including areas in Beaufort and Pamlico County, and then southern Craven and down east Carteret County. That will remain in effect until 8 a.m. early tomorrow morning. As far as rain showers go, still looking again at some spotty not even downpours, spotty showers around areas near the Albemarle Sound and the Pamlico Sound, generally east of Highway 17. But when you look west, back towards Fayetteville, again, you're noticing a large mass of moisture heading our direction, and that mass will likely be with us as we head through the tail end of this afternoon, more so early evening and overnight hours. All of that rain is going to be working its way through the Carolinas, and it's what's leading to, again, cloud cover that looks like this. Although these clouds not really producing much, if any, rain at this point in the day. 62 degrees in Washington compares very favorably with other areas. The warmest spot we got on the map right now is Beaufort, coming in at 68 degrees. On the flip side of that coin, we've got 55 in Roanoke Rapids, but we're not going to be gaining too much heat today because of the cloud cover and the winds. 7 to 15 mile-per-hour winds across many inland areas actually get up a little bit higher as you get closer to the water. Right now we've got a 20-mile-an-hour sustained wind in Manio, 21 in Elizabeth City. So when are we going to get back to a nice, comfortable forecast? Got to wait all the way to the weekend. I know it's a bummer, me sitting here on Monday telling you that, but again, we are going to be continuing to stick with this area of low pressure all the way through tomorrow morning. It's tomorrow morning where that system is finally going to be pulling its way away from eastern North Carolina, but even then, you'll note, early Wednesday morning, we still have some residual showers left behind by that system along our coastline. And then, of course, further back towards the west, we have another area of low pressure that will provide us another pretty healthy shot of rain. But again, this is all coming in at a very good time. We are in need of the drops. A moderate to severe drought still present across about 80% of eastern North Carolina. So seeing the consistent rain this week is very encouraging, should really help decrease fire danger across eastern North Carolina as we head towards Halloween weekend. Of course, Friday, Halloween, looking dry, looking actually pretty sunny. We will wake up to some cloud cover, I believe, on Friday morning, but by the time we get to Friday afternoon, skies are going to be clearing out, and we're going to be looking at chilly temperatures overnight. But again, do want to make sure you are aware 42 degrees means that most of our trick-or-treating hours, or at least the temperatures, are going to be between around 59 to 50 degrees for most of eastern North Carolina. So if you find that chilly, if you've got young kids, make sure they're bundled up before you head out the door. And also want to highlight the fact that coming up on Sunday, we are going to be gaining an hour of sleep if your kids agree to it. Again, make sure they are aware to try to sleep in if they can. That extra hour on Sunday also comes with a reminder to make sure you change the batteries in your smoke detectors at the same time you change your clocks. Well, that's all we have time for today's noon news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, have a fantastic Monday.